Welcome everyone back to the channel. Today we have another episode of matchups from A to Z featuring ARoy and yours truly. In this series, we play out a new matchup each month, learning what works and what doesn't. This series is inspired by one of the legendary Unmatched series here on YouTube by none other than ZeroSkater12 and his matchup of the month. You can find his channel linked in the description below. Huge shout out to him. All that being said, this month's matchup will be Rosie the Riveter taking on the fearsome pirate Blackbeard. Rosie and Wendy say we can do it, but will that be enough to topple a top 5 unmatched hero? It's time to find out. Also, if you enjoy this type of content and want to see more of the series, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment down below any matches you're hoping to see us cover in the future. Now let's get into it. A quick note for some of you guys watching this video as it drops, you might notice that today is July 3rd in a lot of places, not June. I've been super busy behind the scenes putting something special together for you guys that if you're watching today, July 3rd, you're going to see tomorrow, July 4th. So check out the channel tomorrow. We're going to go live at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. That is noon Eastern Time. Hope to catch you guys there. And let's really get into the video. Alrighty. Welcome to the analysis section of the video. Today we're going to do it a little bit differently than episode 1. Here I have ARoy with me, and we're going to go over the interactions sort of together. ARoy, you're going to talk about the more macro side of things, and then I'll hit you with some of the more card-driven specific interactions that we want to talk about for this, some of the key interactions that we might see. So what are we thinking so far for the macro side of things with Rosie?
Yeah, so I'm playing Rosie first. So here's what I think. Rosie's game plan, I think, is pretty simple. We'll get to Blackbeard's after, but I think Rosie's nice and straightforward. I mean, you know, if you've played Rosie before, you know she is not a fatigue fighter. She's not a value fighter. She's a pure aggression, pressure fighter. And this matchup is a great example of her going full tilt, just looking to put pressure on the opponent, make them scared to attack you because they have to maneuver, they need to draw cards just to keep up. So a key thing that Rosie's looking for all the time is as much as I can pressure your hand as well as pressure your doubloons. That's really what I'm looking for. So at a high level, I want to keep my draw and +1 gadgets up as much as I can and be attacking pretty much every turn. If I can avoid Sea Dogs, that's ideal. Obviously, sometimes they're going to be in the way, and we're playing on a fairly decent map for body blocking. So sometimes I'm going to have to attack them, but as much as I can, if I can get in on Blackbeard, even if I have to boost in, I'm happy to do that because Blackbeard only has so many blocks, and some of those he's going to be taking combat damage. That means giving me doubloons. That means he can't get his good effects off. And Blackbeard, without his effects, is not a very good fighter. He's amazing because his doubloons are very hard to get, but he doesn't have that much card draw. Rosie has card draw at will with her second gadget up, so the more I can just draw and be able to have enough gas to put pressure on and attack nonstop, the better off I'm going to be. So that's essentially my plan as Rosie, is draw as much as I can. I might want to cycle my gadgets at least once or twice because the move 3 isn't as important. But Blackbeard's only move 2. He can't move that far away. And if I have to attack a Sea Dog once or twice, I'm okay doing that. I probably won't use my biggest hits on a Sea Dog because I really want those big hits to make sure I get doubloons. In particular, the 6s, so Full Metal and Momentous Shift, are going to be key to get doubloons. If I have the +1 up, those are the shift is guaranteed to deal damage no matter what. If I have the +1 because it's either a 4 or a 6, so if the 7 could block it if I have no doubloons, but everything else is getting doubloons. And Full Metal, if it's not canceled, is going to be getting me a doubloon as well. So those are huge. And then all of my attacks pretty much are print 3s, which become print 4s, which is very hard for Blackbeard to stop. And I just keep applying pressure. D-Day is obviously absolutely critical because Blackbeard has no movement effects. So the cancel is his only way to stop it. And so I absolutely want to spend D-Days on Blackbeard. So in general, those big hits, the 4s that turn into 5s with the +1 as well are great for getting doubloons. I might be willing to spend one of those on a Sea Dog because that's going to help me accelerate my tempo of getting the upgrades online and just be able to continue hitting Blackbeard. Because at the end of the day, if he has to take one hit, that might be enough to kind of seal it because now he's down half his health now I get a doubloon, he can't get his good effects off, and he just can't stabilize. So if I can get over that early hump of struggling to get doubloons, once they start flowing, the game gets easier and easier for Rosie, and she can really snowball. So yeah, cycling a doubloon or cycling a invention or two so that I get to that draw and that +1 early in my cycles is very nice for me. And then just the more I can attack Blackbeard, the more I can pressure him, and then here and there throw some overruns in to at least take out a Sea Dog or two without losing too much value. That's ideal. Try to keep a loose lips or at least a blank 3 for defenses because I don't have many defenses, and sometimes Blackbeard's going to be hitting me back. So try to have some of those for defense, but in general, I'm playing a pretty pure pressure game as Rosie. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds completely great to me and terrifying, honestly, from the Blackbeard side of things. Rosie is so scary because, like you said, everything you can throw is basically a 4 or higher, and Blackbeard really can't block for 4 or better that often. I mean, sure, he can. He's got a few different ways to do it. Obviously, Intimidating Visage is a great way to do it. Print 4, recover 2 health if you're adjacent, which is going to be most times more often than not as Rosie. I mean, you are able to become ranged with your Whiz Bang, but it's not really super likely to come up all that often. And also you have the No Pray No Pay to boost that is pretty nice. That can be up to a 5 value block with some draw if you win. So like you said, unless you play a full metal at full value or Momentous Shift for 6s, that can usually stop whatever you're going to throw. Also worth noting, I can play a 7 on defense as Blackbeard to potentially shut down anything. Of course, if I have all my doubloons, then I'm not worried about it, but if you have 1 or 2 doubloons, you're completely fine spending them because you're going to get 1 back if you deal some damage over me. I think Rosie's 100% going to be playing that pressure, aggression, draw, hand pressure style of game that you're talking about. And I think from the Blackbeard side of things, your best bet, I mean, you have really 2 options, right? I mean, you can try to play some sort of, running away value type game, but I don't think that's really going to work into Rosie. Rosie's got plenty of movement, got plenty of draw, and got plenty of ways to get after it. This map here, Sutra Novigrad, you have a little bit of body blocking potential, but I think overall, the best bet for Blackbeard is going to be finding a way to draw cards when you can, maybe spending those doubloons for action gain, and maybe find a little bit of way to chip away at Rosie, put a little bit of counter pressure damage, and if I can get some real damage into you and start making you scared to approach, that might be a way to turn the tide. Blackbeard is a character, in my experience, who always wants to have control. He's a control fighter in the game, and if he can get control of this match, he'll win it. I think that happens for a lot of games with him, but if he can't get control of it, if things start to spiral out of hand, it's going to be really, really tough for him to make any kind of comeback in this. I don't see it, I don't see him going down, like taking an undefended hit and finding a way to win this game. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just to add on a bit on that Blackbeard side of things in terms of the macro strategy there, I think I agree there are 2 broad game plans of I want to wait till Rosie's at 0 upgrades and she's vulnerable on defense, and then I kill her. Or I bleed her out, I make her waste value by boosting and by trying to survive by blocking as much as I can and running away, and she's going to gas out before me because I'm always going to have more value than her. She's drawing nonstop, and I can just kind of survive the big hits and survive the game. I think it's actually a little of both. I think at the start of the game, especially with Blackbeard going first, you want to get control of doubloons and get your good effects off. I would be willing to not aggress a ton and try to get doubloons. Plundering would be great so that I can get fearsome and calculating online, because that is the most important card in his deck, in my opinion. And if I can get that, I can rip out one of those 6s or a D-Day. That's really what I want to take out. Suddenly Rosie becomes a little less threatening, becomes a lot more manageable. Totally agree, No Pray No Pay is a key defense and kind of holding the glue that's holding you together, keeping you flexible. But early in the game, I want those good effects off, particularly Fearsome and Calculating, but also Avasti and Give No Quarter. The action gain, I think, is critical here. And then at some point you're in the game, you are not going to be able to hold on to all your doubloons as Blackbeard. And I think he is going to shift at some point in the game to not caring that much about his effects, and doubloons are going to be flowing back and forth pretty willy-nilly. He's going to be paying doubloons regularly for action gains and just trying to kill. Give No Quarter is an amazing attack because Loose Lips is her most reliable block, especially with no upgrades, and Give No Quarter setting the value to 5 is an absolutely brutal punish for that, and she's going to probably want to pay for the action gain because That's basically draw for Blackbeard, which is great. And he can kill with Give No Quarters, Avasties, Brace of Pistols, and Sevens. I mean, either you're taking a bunch of damage from those attacks, and or I'm getting my doubloons back, which in turn can help swing that hand disparity back in my favor. So basically, I think early game, be patient, especially if you have some of those strongest effect cards in hand. Get those effects off as much as you can when you have control of doubloons, but accept that at some point, Rosie is going to be getting some of your doubloons. You're not going to be able to get all the effects you want off and turn it into a pressure game and end up killing her, even though you're not necessarily going pure aggression from the start. Like, I'm not trying to boost in turn one and attack her, or pay a doubloon and go in, like, especially on a map like this, we start far enough away that that's not super viable anyway. But even if we were a little closer, I would still say, unless I have a hand that really dictates it, let's just play a patient game, get our defects off early, and we will have the opportunities to counterattack when she comes in. She ends with no gadgets up. We can hit her back hard.
No, I 100% agree, and great points there. One point I also want to make, Rosie, like Blackbeard, doesn't have any defensive movement herself, so these Give No Quarters, like you say, at that kind of switching point, if I can start throwing these as Blackbeard as 5s, she's going to be in a little bit of a world of hurt if she gets caught off on an action gain turn. Now, do I think that's likely to happen? Not necessarily, but I definitely think that you can force Rosie to have to spend a doubloon to stop the action gain because it is a real threat. And her defenses are not great. Loose Lips doesn't do anything into the 5 or into Give No Quarter. Her cancel is only online if she has 3 machines active, and you really don't want to be defending with a momentous shift or a full metal. And if you do defend with those, Blackbeard's very happy. That's a lot of
Yep,
damage and
agreed.
doubloons are not going into him.
Yep. So what specific interactions are you expecting? What are you trying to catch with certain cards? What things are you going to be thinking about during these combat interactions?
Yeah, great thing. First and foremost, I want to point out, like you said, fearsome and calculating early game. As Blackbeard, number 1, I think I want to have this early in the game if possible, because I want to have this in a situation where I don't have doubloons. To echo your points, I think D-Day is a great card to take out with this. I also think taking out Momentous Shift is fantastic, or taking out We Can Do It. Now, specifically with We Can Do It, if this card ends up going into fearsome and calculating, played into it, or into the cancel, this is a problem. I think this print 4 is a real big problem for Blackbeard, because this is also going to be a 5 with a +1. This is almost guaranteed doubloons if it weren't for no pray, no pay. So I think watching out for this card is important. I think in general, Rosie's going to be able to get doubloons, and every card of hers basically has a draw 1 as soon as she has her Cavity Magnetron active. So as Blackbeard, I want to find ways to limit your doubloon exposure as early as possible. So getting rid of these attacks and full metal as well, that can become a 6 early, is great. D-Day, I think, is the top priority. I don't think as Blackbeard you're getting rid of any defenses if you get this off. I mean, maybe if you're sitting on a hand with no defense and I have all my doubloons and I can go play, a 7 into a 5 or something like that, maybe there's a world that you do that. But of course, situational and matched takes precedent over the general strategy. But specific matchup-wise, that is what I'm looking for. I also want to point out more with this parlay. As soon as you have the +1 active, you really don't want to cancel much as Blackbeard. I mean, you want to cancel your D-Day interaction. That is something for sure Blackbeard's willing to take 1 damage of the doubloon, cancel the effect, cancel the action gain, and get away scot-free. Now, there is a world if you have all the upgrades active. There's a little bit of a mind game here, because you really do want to cancel full metal. And that could be a 6-value attack that's turned into nothing from parlay. But really difficult to call that out, I think, in practice, because it very easily could even be a shift, which, while you take a little bit less damage, Blackbeard's not really necessarily worried about the damage. He's worried about taking those hits. I mean, it can add up over time, but getting the 1 doubloon in, is Rosie will be happy with playing a shift into parlay at that point. The other important factor there is if we get into this sort of bloodbath where Blackbeard is losing all of his doubloons, he doesn't really have this cancel. This cancel often isn't thought of as conditional, because Blackbeard usually is in control of the game. But when it is conditional, when Blackbeard doesn't have control of the game, you can just ignore his cancel. You give him back 2 doubloons, so what? You're Rosie. You're going to get the doubloons back, and you're going to be able to. You're getting 1 of them back immediately, probably, because you're dealing damage over it, and you're going to force a lot more pressure onto Blackbeard. So that's something to think about. Now, from the offensive side of things from Blackbeard, first and foremost, if I can, I want to attack you with Avasti or Brace when I don't have when I have all my doubloons as Blackbeard, when you don't have the ability to cancel. As much as Blackbeard wants to be in this really defensive cagey position, he's going to, like you said, have to be able to attack at some point. So what do I want to line these up? Well, first of all, I want to avoid them being canceled. Rosie is not Blackbeard. I don't care if I deal 2 damage. That's a loss for me if the effect on a Vasti gets canceled, and of course it would be bad for a Brace. So if you have 3 upgrades active, I'm not playing either one of these cards because you can easily cancel them. Maybe if they're all gone, but that's about it. I also think, looking towards Loose Lips, this is something I do want to line up. I want to line up Brace into this. Oh, I just took Loose Lips into my hand. I want to line up this 2-value attack into your 2-value defense because I don't care if you reduce the value of my card. I'm going to deal you 3 damage afterwards. Similarly, I want to line up Give No Quarter into Loose Lips because, again, you're going to reduce my value, and then Give No Quarters during combat effect will trigger if I have a friendly fighter adjacent, that is, and set it to 5, deal you 3 damage, and life is good. So those are something that are very important. I also, as Blackbeard, want to look out for you defending with things like a Full Metal or a Momentous Shift, because that means you're running low on defense. I think Rosie oftentimes will end up taking those attacks in that case, and that can be good for me. Now, important to note, in this match, a lot of matches for Blackbeard, you can consider playing No Pray, No Pay as an attack. In this one, I don't think that's the case. I think you need every defense you can have because I think you're most concerned about having to take attacks. And I think to boost No Pray, No Pay, you really want to boost it with Light Diffuse. It's a 3 boost. It's great for it. I don't think there's really a whole lot of reason to play this card in the match. I mean, if it's lethal, of course. If you really know Rosie has no defense and you have no other attacks, sure, situational and matched, again, will always take precedent over the general. But I think being able to save this card if you can for a boost for No Pray, No Pay to make it a 5, or just boosting around the map to get away from Rosie, I think both of those are very important for him. Now, moving on to sort of the non-combat interactions. Early game, I think Blackbeard wants a Plunder so he can set up Fearsome and Calculating. I think you really want to get control of those doubloons quickly. If not, he might need to try to do an attack to maybe make you spend one, or something to that effect. But I think he really wants to Plunder when he can. I don't think he wants the Scourge of the Seven Seas super early, although I think in this match, this is not going to be a card that's going to be used to get back many Sea Dogs. I think that's almost always going to be canceled, but I do think it'll be used to get back the doubloons. The health, probably Rosie doesn't care too much about. She can deal the damage through it, but the action gain, it's whatever. I don't think she cares about it either. The Sea Dog is the most important thing on this.
Any closing interactions? Any last notes before we get into the games?
Last one I want to make note of, since we didn't make note of this card, Hasty Repairs for Rosie.
Yep.
This card, I think, is one of the more tricky cards for her to play, not just in this match, but I mean in general for her strategy. As oftentimes, timing this card is a little bit annoying. Rosie's defensive package isn't great when she has no upgrades, and this card is, of course, a dead 1 if she doesn't have any upgrades. But as soon as she's able to get 1, she can use this card both situationally to, modify her upgrade chain and get it, get herself situated for a good attack. But she can also use it simply just to heal if she really needs to have some kind of defense. But if she gets low enough on health and I can prevent you from A, being able to play this, or B, if I can put pressure on you when you don't have any upgrades and you can't play it for that reason, I think this can become a little bit of dead weight in your hand. In this match, I don't think it's going to be very useful because I don't think Blackbeard's going to be attacking that much. But it does mean I want to avoid throwing random bait attacks potentially into Rosie. Not that I would, but maybe I don't want to do that too much because I'm thinking I want to burn through your defenses. Well, maybe not necessarily, because if I threw something like Show a Leg, you're going to heal 2 off of that, and if my goal is to kill you, that's going to be very tough to do if you're healing a bunch. So, something to keep in mind. I don't think it's super, super key, but I do think it's something worth noting in this match.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, manipulating your upgrades and being able to effectively block for 4 can be quite valuable. She just got to not die over it because the healing is after combat. But I agree, useful card situationally, and one of the big reasons she's so vulnerable with no upgrades.
100%.
Cool. Last thing I'll mention is the map, because we haven't talked much about the map. We're playing on Streets of Novigrad. So this is a move 4 melee, move 3 ranged map. And it generally has smallish zones and has some tight corridors. So there were some nice opportunities to body block. And I think as Blackbeard, you can use you particularly want to body block with Sea Dogs when Rosie has her +1. If she's spending her +1 turns, and especially her 4 upgrade turns attacking Sea Dogs, you are so happy as Blackbeard, and you want to make her do that as much as possible.
you can hide him pretty effectively in certain spots by blocking her out of a zone. And I think that's really something to watch out for. For example, if I have Blackbeard here, I can make it almost impossible for Rosie to reach me if I'm in a position like this. And so Rosie really wants to position central when she's going into her +1 turns and or deal with the Sea Dogs on those early upgrade turns so that she can focus on Blackbeard once she gets to that point. Because the body blocking on this map is pretty significant. And so it is a small map, but it is tight enough that the Sea Dogs can get in the way, to the point where I almost wonder if there are times when, if you have a cancel as Blackbeard, I might be willing to put Blackbeard up front and save the Sea Dogs so you don't get cheap overruns and other attacks into the Sea Dogs. Because if she doesn't have +1 active, the cancel full blocks every attack in Rosie's deck except for We Can Do This. And that's really something to consider. You're not losing any doubloons unless she has one of the 2 copies of We Can Do This, which obviously is a bummer and is a bit of a punish. But outside of that one interaction, cancel is a full block. Now, once she gets that +1, suddenly it's not full blocking almost anything. It's basically just full metal that's blocking. But that's an important thing to consider. And I do think Blackbeard is okay blocking early in her upgrade cycle, and once she gets that +1 online, that's when he wants to throw those Sea Dogs in front, back off, make her frustrated, make her position around, or make her spend turns on Sea Dogs instead of on him.
Yep, completely agree there. And to your point, overrun is something I didn't mention in my specific interactions menu, because really it isn't a specific interaction, but it is something that is very important in this match. Rosie can use it to kill maybe 2 Sea Dogs in one turn, which would be devastating for Blackbeard. But even if she can just kill 1, it is very, very nice. And when she does have the +1, guaranteed to kill a Sea Dog. If not, get a doubloon from Blackbeard. So if she can attack into, say, a parlay or some other 3-value block. So very, very nice card for her in this matchup. And great point that you made as well about parlay, full blocking almost everything that Rosie has, bar the 2 copies of We Can Do This. Very important for Rosie to get that +1, and I think that means she's going to be looking for that first deactivation very, very soon as she can, and trying to maintain having Cavity Magnetron as her first card and Sedgley Fistgun as her second card to give her the maximum draw and a +1 attacks that she can get in this match.
Agreed.
But all right, I think we're ready for the games, aren't you?
Yeah, let's do it. I can't wait. This is going to be fun. I mean, low-tier Rosie against top-tier Blackbeard? Maybe not. That might not be all there is to this story. Let's see what the We Can Do This woman has in store for us.
Absolutely. And for those Rosie haters out there, might be time to click away from the video. I think Rosie's due for some fun games here.
This could age poorly. We'll see, man.
We will see.
I am mulliganing this hand, I'll tell you that. Nice defensive hand if I think you're going to boost in turn 1, but absolutely no offensive pressure. The absolute opposite of what we are looking for. So let's look for something a little better. And where are you putting those Sea Dogs?
See, I would like you to keep that hand, but unfortunately, I don't think I can persuade you.
If I had doubloons that I wanted to keep from you, maybe that would be an okay hand. But I'd also be in a pretty rough spot with my defensive package if I wanted to do that.
Yeah, if you had to worry about doubloons, that would be great.
Wendy. I'll be fine there. I mean, you're not boosting 3 to come in. And I'll turn on the turns. Have fun, man. Enjoy your Blackbeard gameplay.
Good luck, have fun. Alright, we will maneuver. Like every good game, got to start it out with a nice chill maneuver. And we'll just nice and calm. Maybe we'll do something like this. Yeah. We'll maneuver again.
Okay. You pet, but no plunder.
Turn 1.
Interesting.
Maybe we'll do something like that. Your turn.
Not reaching you this turn, so let's upgrade that. Let's maneuver. Yeah, so do I want to hit a dog? That's the question. Question is whether you have a plunder. If you have a plunder, I don't want to just back off, because now you can force an initiative and not lose any value. If you don't have a plunder, double discarding is pretty awkward for you. Overall, I think we will maneuver again. I'm good there.
All right. Let's see. Well, maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll play plunder as a.
That sucks.
Yep. Gotta
All
love
right.
it. Blackbeard Gaming.
Maybe I'll pass with ARoy, man.
It would be a pretty baller play, I can't lie.
One maneuver. Yeah, I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna deactivate this.
Yep, makes sense.
And do I want to move anyone? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, a Rosie you've never met before.
A value Rosie.
Well,
Do I?
Rosie doesn't like going second. That's all I'm saying.
I'll maneuver.
Yeah.
And I mean, for the fans, I want to boost in and come hit you.
Right.
But do I have to do that? 'Cause if I just sit here, what are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Play another E award? Yeah, we'll maneuver again. Fun
Go with
gaming,
me.
guys. Fun gaming. Let's see. We will get rid of this
Mm-hmm.
and this.
Great.
Your turn.
Activate and upgrade maneuver. Boost with an arc welding.
Sure.
Or 5 like that. There. And then Rosie attack.
Rosie attacks. Now, if it's overrun, I don't care. Because there's nothing I can do to save the Sea Dog. And you can't kill both Sea Dogs. But if it's not overrun, I also don't care. Because I can't do anything. So I take. Let's see what it is.
And it is overrun. I'll go 1, 2, 3, deal 1 to Blackbeard.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll draw, and it's your turn.
Possibility. We will attack Rosie. First action.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Alright, let's well before that.
So first you can random discard.
Let's see your hand. I'm gonna shuffle it.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I'll take it.
Yeah. Not the worst, not the best.
And then we will
now show me the top of your deck. Okay, so I take 1.
1 damage.
And then I don't take any other damage.
You do not. Because I'm
Yeah.
in your zone.
I wanted to position here both so that you would end next to me if you want to attack me last action, so that it avoids Zavasti, and so that you can't really give no quarter off.
Yep, makes sense to me. And then I will maneuver.
Yep.
And your turn.
Yep. I activate, I'm ranged, maneuver. Now I've got to do some thinking. We'll boost with the hasty repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie will attack. Yep. So immediately, I will give you a copy of my hand.
Oh, lovely. Let's get rid of that D-Day. Get that out of here
You
immediately.
can delete that.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I'll keep this up here.
Okay. You take 3, I get a doubloon. And I will draw with my ability. And it's your turn.
All right. You're just a little bit scary, you know?
I do know. Well, we started out playing Value Rosie, and we end up with you playing 5 cards and me playing.
The value game is certainly in my favor. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but we will see. Alright, we'll attack Rosie first action.
Interesting. Why? I mean, yeah, we'll still play the game. Okay. Yeah, I'll take the 4.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'll attack Rosie again.
Yeah, I'll block with the 4 value full metal. Yeah, makes sense.
And it's your turn.
Activate. Attack. You do have everything.
I have everything. I
I'll
am
draw.
inevitable.
I'll attack again.
Okay, let's do this.
Nothing for me to upgrade, but you take 1 and then heal 2.
Yep, so I net heal 1 and you get a nice little doubloon.
Yep. And I will draw. I thought about throwing this first too.
Oh, you had it.
I had it, yeah. But I decided the full metal would be better, even though you knew I had it. But should have just played, given you know what I have. Oh well, your turn.
I'll spend a doubloon for action gain.
Oh.
We'll attack.
Yeah. Block.
Alright.
I'll discard the. Oh, let's think. I'll discard a hasty repairs randomly.
Okay. Very, very random.
I'll take 2. So let's think here. You can't kill me in 1 attack. Yeah, I mean, this is bad. Taking 1 is risky. I'm gonna take the 1.
Alright. I have 2 more actions.
God damn, this is a crazy hand you had.
Yeah, really.
Oh, right, you do have 2 actions, so you could kill me if you draw the right thing. Okay.
I'll maneuver.
Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, no, that
Blackbeard
is
will
crazy.
attack. And you
Yep,
have no defense.
That's crazy.
GG's. GG's.
Okay, yeah, this is what I was thinking about you.
I had this in hand. I had the no pray,
Right.
no pay. And I was hoping to draw a boost 2, and then I drew this and I saw it was a boost 1 first and was like, crap.
Yeah,
And then I saw, wait, this is a 5.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, maybe. Oh, that's so bad. I mean, yeah, I just called every interaction wrong. That is tough.
You got very unlucky. I had basically a Blackbeard God hand. I mean, having a 7, having both 5s was just so nice. I had the Plunder when I had it, you know, when I needed it.
Right.
I had the Visage, I had the Feint, I had the Fearsome and Calculating, I had the Brace. Like, every card that we pointed out, every card
Right.
that would have been perfect for me against whatever you had, I had. It was just a
And I
series of
could
bad
have
interactions.
thrown the 4 first into the cancel, which would have gotten me a doubloon.
Yup.
And then I could have thrown the full metal to deal a little more damage. And then I would have had 2 doubloons and we would have been in a good spot. Maybe I should have paid for the 7.
It's tough to say.
When you're at 14 health, you're not feeling so bad, you know? And then suddenly you're at 0 health.
It is crazy how that health can evaporate. I mean, I would agree with you. I think I agreed with a lot of your decisions in this one. I think I would have made the same calls. Because
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
not...
also I could have gone in. It was just
Yup.
like I didn't have the overrun at the time. I thought about boosting with E Award and attacking a Sea Dog with Arc Welding. That was my other option.
Mhm.
Seemed okay. But I didn't want to really attack with a cancel. I didn't have this until late. I think I had 2 of these. Maybe I think I had 2 of these. Or no, I had a show. I think this was my hand, and I had to decide what to do with it, and then I like drew a hasty repairs.
Mm-hmm. You have no real
Um,
good offense right
and
now.
with you with no real passes, like Blackbeard doesn't like discarding cards because every card is kind of important to him. So I felt like that was a good start for me. I thought it was better than boosting in. Um, but I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe not.
Well, and also you don't really want to attack this first turn anyways because you want to get your draw online. You want to get
Right.
your +1 online. And so it's like I see the vision, you know, you're playing the E award. I mean, and the only thing I can say, and this is a little bit of hindsight as well, is just by going in and attacking, you're making me burn more defenses and not be able to put the pressure onto you and not be able to dig for, you know, even better cards. Because is like you
Right.
said, Blackbeard does have, you know, all of his cards are super important, but of them, like the show a leg in this match is not really that important. I mean, of course, if I can bring back a Sea
I
Dog,
agree.
those are nice, but that's why I got rid of it. Getting rid of the
I
Give No
agree.
Quarter was tough because I know this can be a
Yep.
5 that's really punishing for you, but when I mean, I think you can see why I got rid of it because these are my other
I do.
cards.
Yep.
I mean, I had a couple
Yep.
of 5s, I think, at that point. I was sitting on the
Hands
cancel and
down.
the fearsome. I kept the hand because I had a fearsome and a plunder.
I mean, that's nice.
And so I was like, yeah, I got to keep that. And I think I even had the no pray no pay, and so it was just like I have to keep this.
Right.
Um,
Also smart to not play the plunder first, just because maybe I'll stay back and think you don't have it, and I can't reach you anyways because you were more than 6 away, and the most I can move is 6.
yep.
So I think that was very smart.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the thought that was exactly the thought was really just if I like, first turn I have the plunder, I don't need to play it unless if you come in and try to attack me, sure, but I'm not going to put myself in a position where you can do that. And then if you
Right.
don't come in and attack me, well, I just maneuver and play plunder next turn. So it gave me the most
Yep.
options.
Yeah. No. Well done. Damn, that was tough. That was not even close. Um, Maybe Blackbeard going first on a smaller map is going to be tough for Rosie, but maybe you are just the master of these 2 characters. Let's flip it around and find out.
Let's find out. Absolutely. I think I will keep this in.
All right, we're both keeping. That's good news. I will put my Sea Dogs there.
All right. Let's get Wendy on the board. Right up in there.
Let's see if we see a different style of Rosie. You can pass it over to me, and Blackbeard will get going.
Oh, I think the turns disappeared on us.
Oh no. It says it's your turn.
Yeah, it wasn't. There it goes. Boom.
All right. I will begin with a maneuver. So I don't really want to give you value from arc welding. We didn't talk about arc welding, but it being a wily is pretty nice for you.
That is very true to help get rid of the Sea Dogs.
Right. We'll maneuver again, and I'm good.
Alrighty. We activate this. Also to the new. Oh, this is not in the right order.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
This,
I'll slide these all over.
yeah.
There we go. Also, to some of the newer viewers out there, I do apologize. I did see you guys' feedback last time about showing the cards as we play them. I think I forgot to do that for game 1, but I'll try to do it here in game 2. Alright, so let's see. Move 3, Rosie. Let's get into it. I'm going to maneuver. I'm not going to be playing E Award Pass.
Dude, there's no shame in it.
To pass against Blackbeard? What is this? Alright, I'll maneuver again. Yeah, your turn.
Sounds good. This is interesting.
I'm going to
Wonder.
Makes sense. You kept the hand, had to have it.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, we're not soft. We'll have Blackbeard attack you.
Alright. I mean, this screams give no quarter. So we'll do this. Not that it does anything. But at least we full block. Okay.
I was sure you would play hasty repairs.
I did think about it. Oh. Let me give you my hand.
seems like you've lost a full medal.
Oh, thank you. I was wondering where that card went. I thought I'd lost a card.
Wow, and you even had a hasty
I did.
repair.
I thought about it. I did think about it. But at full health, I just don't love the play sometimes.
Well, you're gonna be not at full health soon if you play at 1. That's the beauty of the card. You always get value out of it. Okay. Let's see. Left call, actually. I'll get rid of Overrun.
Say goodbye
And then
to
you can
Overrun.
go.
Beautiful card. I love the art on it, too. But I love Rosie's art in general, honestly. But I have to admit, Blackbeard has my favorite art in the game. What do we do? How aggressive do we take this?
Be careful, because I asked myself that last game, and it seems like it was the wrong answer.
Let's see. I'll maneuver.
Yeah.
And we'll boost it with the E award. I'm not playing any passes.
Makes sense to me.
Do that. Yeah, that's fine. And Rosie will attack Blackbeard.
Yeah. Oh, you're playing. We can do it.
We can do it.
Question is what I do about it. I think. We play another one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I had a good hand. So you immediately activate an upgrade. So immediately, actually, I get to look at your hand.
Yeah.
So you have
Let's do this in
you
proper
boosted
order.
with this.
I drew another full medal.
You drew another full medal. Okay. I will get rid of. No, I'll get rid of full medal.
Alright. Full medal is gone. I activate. This becomes a
Yes.
5. You take
2 damage.
and
Doubling
next
for you.
doubloon. And I will draw with my ability.
Your turn. I will not pay a doubloon. I'll maneuver. And I'll maneuver again. Good.
Alright. Activate the whiz bang. Alright, let's maneuver. Yeah, so we'll go here and we will attack the Sea Dog.
Yeah, we're taking that every day of the week.
Yup.
You want to deal me a damage.
Let's see.
You are a little vulnerable.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually will deal you the damage.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a coward.
Maybe.
You know what? But I'm not gonna deal you the damage. We're gonna get out of there. Just chill. I'll draw a card with the ability, deactivate everything, and let you have fun.
Cool. We'll play this.
Oh, okay. So, full health, a Sea Dog, and an action gain.
Correct.
Oh man, I hate that. It's not good
Yeah.
for me at all.
No.
Alright, let's think here. What do I really care about? Health, I don't think is the biggest thing in the world. I didn't do you the 1 damage there for the reason, so I'm not going to let that go through. The action gain, if I stop that, I feel a little greedy. Maybe I could, but I don't think that's really the big deal. Now, the Sea Dog is the question.
That
do
is
I
the question.
stop the Sea Dog, prevent you from getting one of your little body blocking friends back, or do I let you do that and keep my 1 doubloon? We'll go ahead and stop the Sea Dog. I'll get the doubloon back later.
Sounds good. I go to full health, and I have 2 actions.
Yep.
I will maneuver. I'll boost with Light the Fuse.
Alright.
Put it there. I'll attack with Blackbeard.
I see where this is going. Take it. I take 5 and you gain an action.
Attack with Blackbeard.
Alright, let's see. Is it the second one? No. Alright, well first,
So,
I
yeah,
can start
I'll-
at random. Okay.
okay.
Hasty repairs, not terrible.
So these 2 are gone. And then we reveal this. Okay. So 2 damage and then 1 after combat. My value is decreased to a 4. And then I deal 1 to everyone in the zone, and it's your turn.
All opposing fighters in the zone.
Yes. Not my boy.
So your guy still lives. This is not good.
That's how I felt last game, man.
Yeah, I see why.
You don't even have draw, so that's tough.
Yeah.
And you can't even get away.
Yeah, if I double maneuver, I can get a decent bit away.
You're gonna be in yellow.
I'll move 3.
No, you move 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I can run.
Yeah. If you hadn't paid to stop the Sea Dog, I was gonna pop him next to you and have a double Sea Dog give no quarter
Oh,
action.
man.
Would have been.
That would have been terrifying.
You don't see Sea Dogs attacking with give no quarter for 5 often.
Not really, no. It's almost always Blackbeard.
It's almost always
Behind the
Blackbeard,
wall.
or it's just a Sea Dog attacking alone for a 3 value action gain, just kind of randomly. But rarely do you have both of them around.
I'll maneuver. And I'll maneuver again. Your turn.
You're just gonna leave Wendy there for me to hit?
Yeah, by all means. If you would like to attack Wendy, you know what? She can take it.
We'll maneuver. Maneuver again. I'm good.
Okay. Get the draw. I'll maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
I'll boost with the full metal.
Yeah,
Then I'll play rapid development.
nice for you. You can draw first.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Let's draw 2. Alright, we'll still activate. Deactivating here is
Okay.
pretty cool too. But I'm
Yeah.
okay with the activation.
Mhm.
And we'll go ahead and hit Blackbeard.
So the question is it a 4 or a 6? You don't want to play. We can do this because then you become upgradeless. So, I mean, I would throw a shift if I were you. Yeah, I'm gonna block with a 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great block.
I figured shift just makes the most sense.
Yep, and I'll draw with ability.
Certainly. I'll attack.
I think I do this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same play as you, man.
Except I don't have the choice to spend a doubloon. I would if I could.
No, that's what I did last game. I'm saying you did. You attacked with a 7 when. Oh, I could have. Yeah, right. I could have spent
Yep.
doubloons. But yeah, 7 into the cancel.
Mm-hmm.
I'll maneuver after that. I think this is the spot to be. Your turn.
Alright. I'll activate this.
Ooh, thinking about an E award deactivation. I respect that.
I will maneuver.
Yeah.
Tragically. I'll have Rosie attack.
Okay. 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 So I don't take any damage. I heal, but I'm already full. Then I take 1 and you heal.
And I take heal 1. Intimidating Visage is the defense. D-Day is the attack.
Yes.
And I will draw with ability. gain a free action to attack.
Yep.
And I will attack Blackbeard with this.
You can hit the Sea Dog if you want, man.
Sea Dog doesn't do anything to me. Alright.
I'll boost with like the fuse.
Okay.
I draw one, and then you can run over us. I take one. Sea Dog is gone.
Overrun into no pray, no pay.
But still, all the doubloons for me.
Do you still have all your doubloons? And that is a sad, sad, sad thing. I will draw a card with ability, deactivate everything, and then pass it to you.
Alright, now we've really got to think about the doubloon, but I think I'll pay it. I'll pay the doubloon. I'll maneuver. You are going to be move 3. But I'll attack. So immediately, will you pay for the discard?
No, I will not. Go ahead and shuffle that. You can take some.
Hammer.
Okay.
You take 2 during combat, and then will you pay for the 1 after?
That is also the question. I will not. I'll keep my doubloon. I'll take the 1 more damage. Go down to 1 HP. Because what are you gonna do? Kill me?
I think kill you, but let's do a little math. Dude, your Rosie comment is gonna age so badly, the viewers are gonna be flaming you, bro. Okay.
You never know.
Just catalog your blocks, because I think this is guaranteed lethal. It is unfortunate for you that I have the exact combo. But
I don't think it made a difference if I was 2 health, though.
It could.
Okay.
If you have loose lips, then being at 2 health would probably save you.
Fair
I'm
enough.
just gonna think through your blocks. Your options are hasty repairs, which is a blank 1, does nothing. Shift, which is a blank 3, does nothing. You haven't moved. Loose lips, which is your only good block, but it's not good enough. If I'm not mistaken, your cancels are gone. Shift, full metal's a blank 1. Okay, I attack you 1 more time.
And I will take it because I have nothing that can save me.
I see.
Except a blank hasty repairs.
If you pay, though, I might not attack again, because in the event you have loose lips, if you're at 2 health, then I can't kill you.
Yes, if I had loose lips. I wasn't thinking of it, of course, because I didn't have it.
Right. But you
maybe I
might
should
just
have.
made me from attacking again.
Yeah, if I thought about
that
that combo, yeah, maybe. But GG's. Oh, poor Rosie. I think Rosie can absolutely win this. I mean, of course. So for the viewers, ARoy and I played this match a couple of times before.
Yeah, twice.
And Rosie was able to win very comfortably in those. Now, the big difference between those games and this one is that Rosie went first in those games.
No. I'm pretty sure Blackbeard went first.
Oh, yeah.
On least 1.
In one of them, yeah. I think we
played
Blackbeard did go over
first we played it on Technodrome, and I think you were Rosie, and I think I let you go first. At the time, we thought Rosie was so bad. And so I was like, yeah, sure, you can be Rosie, little meme character, have some fun, bro. And then I got absolutely walloped. And that was bad. And I was like, but it was bad deck order for me, but it was also like not even close. And then we played it a few days later on Kaer Morhen. And I was Rosie, and you went first in that game, but it was still a beatdown, and you again had very bad deck order with defenses, but it was definitely comfortable for Rosie. So now we come in and we're like, okay, I mean, this is so Rosie favored. Let's give Blackbeard all the help the poor pirate can get. Let's give him first. Let's give him a good body blocking map. So in retrospect, I'm sorry. Everyone's gonna be like, obviously Blackbeard won. Come on, bro. And maybe that's on me. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's super winnable for Rosie. I think, like, truly, I think Rosie is one of the most position-heavy fighters in the game. Like, her, Houdini, are probably the two most, in my opinion.
I
Like,
echo that completely. I think
He's
if
so
she
so
does that
heavily
position, it's
position
huge.
favored, and this matchup is a strong example. Not only are you putting pressure on from the start, in maps where you're close together, you're not vulnerable. Zero, like if you go like Hanging Gardens or Technodrome or somewhere where they can just get to you turn one and you're super vulnerable. I mean, Rosie is so scared, especially against fighters that are good with turn one pressure. Um, and even if not that, the opponent has more cards in hand, so more blocks to deal with your good attacks, more opportunities to find the stuff they need to kill you, and Rosie just doesn't have the hand advantage and pressure game that she needs, and that is truly her way of winning, and it's really effective. She's really good at applying this hand pressure and just outdrawing you, out attacking you, just whittling you away until you have to take something and you've been taking damage the whole time and you've been too scared to hit back because you need to draw defenses and run away. She's so good at that, but it's just not nearly as much a threat when you get to go first. And I think that was the biggest thing here. I mean, also, yeah, I mean, my starting hand was tremendous. I mean, I had those, I had a 5, and I had something else good. Maybe one of, I think I had one more defense of some sort, maybe a 7. But I mean, it was a tremendous hand, and then I kept drawing good stuff. I mean, this is premium, so I think that definitely made it pretty tough.
Yeah, 100% echo those statements. The other big thing with Rosie going position, I think you mentioned or at least touched on it, getting her upgrades early. Basically,
Yeah.
she gets to start the game with one of them upgrades. So her turn 2 is attacking with her draw already, and oftentimes can play a We Can Do That or can play Rapid Development and can get her +1 active for the first attack of the game. I think another big difference, and this is something I think I try to avoid in a lot of games, is saying as a reason for a win or a loss. I think in both the games we tested previously, both of us as Blackbeard felt we had pretty rough draw. And in this game, I think neither one of us thought Blackbeard had pretty rough draw at all. I think we got some pretty nice cards as the pirate, and I think that does play a role in this match. Is when you get if you get the plunder into the fearsome and calculating early, that's so nice. I think both of us had it in our starting hand, and I think that makes a huge difference. Going second for Rosie sucks on this map, and the body blocking is fantastic. And I do think it might have been a little bit of overcorrection on our part. I'll take a little bit of the blame as well, because I truly did think that Rosie was going to, dog walk Blackbeard if we did some kind of split advantage, or something where you give Rosie the map or Rosie the position and Blackbeard gets the other one, for those of you not familiar with the competitive scene. But all in all, I don't think, unfortunately, the viewers are going to be too surprised seeing Blackbeard 2-0 here.
Yeah, Rosie F tier is what they're gonna say, dude. Devastating for our girl, who we've really come around on.
Hey, if you made it this far in the video and you're a true fan, you're not going to say Rosie F tier. You're going to say Rosie A tier in the comments. That's all I'm going to say. But wow, tragic there. I think Rosie 100% can win it. Go play this match yourself if you're watching this, because truly I do think it's a very fun one. I think it's a very engaging one. It's one of those where Blackbeard has to play a really nice game, because he doesn't have to play, he can't play one strategy. He can't run away the entire time. He can't attack the entire time. He's got to play an ebb and flow, a real unmatched game, and I think that's something that's, a beautiful thing about this game.
I agree that the blows don't flow as smoothly or as commonly in his games as you would expect from his design, and it's not quite as dynamic an economy as it felt like it was going to be when he came out. And I think in this game, it is a cool economy of doubloons, and I do really like that, so I totally agree with that. Also, one small this game note that I'm sure you, when you saw it, and viewers were shocked when I attacked with this, but I had 2 other defenses in hand. I had the other 3 and a 7, and I know you can't cancel it, and if you attack me once, I can play this, but I'm going to take damage over it. I lose the doubloon, and I basically can't play the other one unless I manage to get a doubloon back, which there's no guarantee when that's going to happen. And sometimes, you just got to block something because Rosie's hitting you a lot. And so attacking with this makes sure I get the hand peek. I'm not losing one of my premium value defenses, and I'm still guaranteed to get the effect. So offensive fearsome into characters that can't cancel it, like Donnie's another example where that can come up. But there are, a bunch of faintless characters or conditional cancel characters that you can take advantage of. And the fact, especially with more after combat only cancel characters coming out like Donnie, the fact that all of Blackbeard's 5 discards, these and the Avastes, are immediate is really brutal and really punishing. Like Wrath also can't stop them. So stuff like that is very interesting. People who can only end the turn. So those discards are so threatening. And if you're going to be losing combat soon, or you're at risk of that, and I have two, you want to get the effect on both because this is your best effect. So attacking with one guarantees you're going to end up getting both effects, when they're played, which is, I think, really valuable.
Yep. No, I agree. I actually really like the play. When you attacked with it, it basically told me one of two things. Either you've forgotten how to play the game, which I didn't really expect,
or option. Sure.
Or you had a lot of defenses in hand, or you had defenses you were comfortable with in hand, and obviously that was the case. I think it was a good play because of all the things you said, and I think just in general, if you want to talk fundamentals of the game, you're attacking me, which is making me either spend a defense or I'm taking 3 damage, which either one you're happy with, and then you're going to rip out a card from me, and like you said, I can't cancel, I can't do anything about it, you're getting the effect. And I think if you're taking 2 cards away from me, at that point it didn't have a ton in hand, it's going to be very, very nice for you. You're not really worried about an immediate counterattack. So unless the game goes long, which Blackbeard really doesn't want in this match to go on so long, I mean, you still have 15 cards in deck, then it's not going to be too much of an issue. You're going to have your defenses at some point. The thing that can kill Blackbeard here, and the thing that we both experienced when we played it before, is if Blackbeard has a string of all attacks, doesn't see, great defenses, and starts losing balloons rapidly, this can snowball out of hand, and he is fighting for his life. And I think Rosie as well really wants to make sure she lines up all the attacks properly as well. In the first game, of course, you called every interaction, unfortunately, incorrectly.
Yeah.
And that was just because I had everything as Blackbeard. Like, you can't expect your opponent to have that. In this game, it wasn't really an individual interaction case. I think some interactions were okay for me and some were bad. But in general, I think Blackbeard, having what he needs, can just find the win con, can find damage. Blackbeard, one of the reasons I love him, he is not just some value fighter who's going to sit around and do nothing. He can turn up the heat and kill somebody. He can easily just start dealing damage. I mean, let's see, you played both Avastes, you played both 7s, although one of them was defensive, and you attacked with one of these, you attacked with one of these, I think both went undefended, or maybe I think I defended this, and then
you defended that with that
with 3, yeah, with the cancel that wasn't active, and then you attacked with this undefended at the end. Like, it's not even, and this was a 5. So you played 3 5s and a 7 offensively.
Right.
That's nuts.
Yep.
That's that's really tough to stop, especially as Rosie, who doesn't really have a whole lot of defense. She wants to be the one attacking and making you have to run away from her. And she couldn't really do that in this match, and she couldn't really do it in either game today. But very fun match overall. Definitely got to run this one back sometime. Maybe we'll get to see this one. We'll get to see this one, I think. I have a feeling we'll get to see this on the channel one more time. But
yeah, would not surprise me. I mean, my final thought on the matchup is that it's actually favored for whoever goes first. Like, obviously math plays into it, but like, I don't think it's like 55-45 or 50-50. I think it's like 60-40 for whoever goes first. And like, after playing this, I wouldn't have said Blackbeard was favored going first. I would have said maybe if like 50-50 if Blackbeard goes first, and favored for Rosie if she goes first. And I think it's like 60-40 for whoever goes first. Like, I really would say that fighter is genuinely favored. But I still do think that means if Rosie's going first, like, I would want to play her over Blackbeard in this matchup. And I do stand by that despite these games.
100% agree. I actually think that's a really, really good take. I think 60-40 is the right way to put it. 60-40 with position. Makes a lot of sense to me, because it felt very nice in this game as Blackbeard with going first, and just a very comfortable game. Again, interactions aside, it just feels really, really nice having that card advantage, being able to get to your good cards before your opponent can. And from Rosie, it always feels so rough going second. Like, even against other characters, it's a real burden for her. She wants to go first. I agree with your take earlier about saying that she is one of the most position-dependent fighters in the game, up there with the likes of Houdini. I think that's 100% the case for her. She is a position fighter, but if she gets it, she's great, and she can fight in a variety of maps. I don't think this map was a huge issue for her, or a huge advantage for Blackbeard. The body blocking is great, don't get me wrong, and on a map where you can't body block, it's going to be a problem for Blackbeard. But that didn't feel like the decisive bit here. Today, this match felt like it was decided by who had the hand pressure advantage, and in this case, it was Blackbeard.
I agree. Yeah, there are a number of maps that are as bad or worse for body blocking. I mean, yeah, like Azuchi would be really bad. Venice is pretty bad. I mean, she would need to really focus on the ranged upgrade there. Solomon's is bad. I mean, Baskerville is also bad. Both of those have library spots. Yeah, I mean, maps like that are going to be really tough. This is not a great map for her, and it's probably in like the bottom 10-ish. Though item maps are also something that would help Blackbeard, and we talked about. But overall, I agree that it's position that swings it. And yeah, I mean, not ideal deck order for you. I mean, 2 shifts, a rapid development, a D-Day, and a we can do it, or 5-year 10 cards. Not the end of the world. I mean, it's not egregious deck order, but definitely in our matchups we were seeing a lot of D-Days early, and some of the shifts and some of the rapid developments, and that type of tempo is what makes Rosie hard to stop and can make her feel almost oppressive at times.
And one last little note here I'll make before we wrap things up. Very fun thing I noticed. You did not see any cancels in this game as Blackbeard.
That's true.
I was worried about that with the D-Day I had in hand. Never had any cancels, and it didn't matter. And I think that does go to show it was just having the defenses. Doesn't matter really what you have, that makes the difference in this one. I mean, to some extent, you need the right ones, but I think having those cards rather than, having to dig for them, because the Faint later is not going to do anything if I can pay the 2 doubloons. So, very interesting there.
But I also think this is an illustration of how to beat Rosie. It's not by outlasting her and surviving her, because like 30 cards worth of pressure is a lot. Like, she's gonna be able to find damage, she's gonna find her openings. Like, you've got to counter pressure her, you've got to punish her weak defensive package in general, and especially with no upgrades. And like, that is her weakness. And I think early on when we were fighting Rosie, we'd be like, okay, well, I better maneuver away, but like sometimes you got to take a stand.
Oh, 100%. It's actually a very similar match to this, in my opinion, as Blackbeard Raptors. Blackbeard, I think, is honestly, even at worst into Raptors, and in my opinion, very favored into them if he has position. He is able to put counter pressure on them. Raptors don't have a whole lot of defenses, don't have a lot of good defenses, and he's able to kill a Raptor very quickly, oftentimes in that one. And it puts things on the back foot for Raptors who struggle to get things going. Little different matchup there because Raptors are Raptors and Rosie's Rosie, but similar ideas there from the Blackbeard side of things. But
yeah, that's interesting. We'll have to play that one again sometime because I feel like I'd be comfortable taking Raptors there. I throw a Clever Girl. What are you going to do about it? You're giving me doubloons left and right. I don't know. We'll see.
We will have to see there because I've played that one quite a few times. I think it's pretty good. We will have to try it out. But that'll do it for this one here. Thank you so much for playing with me today, ARoy. And for the viewers out there, the series between us right now, you're 3 games. I got 1 game on you. You know what? I'll make a little bit of a.
Stay undefeated. Alas.
I'll make a little bet here. By the end of the first year of these matchups from A to Z, viewers, who do you think will come out on top? Who do you think will have their winning record? If you're Team ARoy, let me know down in the comments your Team ARoy. If you're Team ZX49, let me know that as well. You know who's gonna win.
I mean, the viewers aren't stupid, man. They're gonna follow where the money is. I mean, they're smelling victory over here, man.
Don't sell yourself short like that. You're not gonna lose that easily.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I'll let the data do the talking. But yeah, we're halfway through the Stars and Stripes fighters. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for July. A couple ideas for some fun matchups there. But also, if people have ideas for matchups they'd be excited to see, fighters they're excited to see, we're very receptive to that, and it's always, adaptive to what people want to see. So definitely let us know if there's specific fighters ideas you want to see.
Totally agree. Yes, please let us know. I'm looking for ideas. I've only got 2 more Stars and Stripes fighters to go, and then we're going to be absolutely begging for new matchups for there. So if you have an idea, put it in the comments. It's a good chance it ends up in a video. But that'll be all here from me. ARoy, unless there's anything else you'd like to say, I think we'll cut this one
No,
out here.
appreciate the games. Yeah, no, excited for next month, and pleasure as always.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Stay tuned, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.